Friends, before we start today's video, I want to expose you to something very important, and as a patriotic citizen of this great continent, we should stand firm this time. I mean from this moment on. Let me quickly take you back to 1977 at a big meeting in Gabon called the OAU Summit. A man named Idi Amin, the former president of Uganda, stood up and said something we must all remember today. He warned fellow African leaders. He said,
"Let me tell you, I have got them, but we will be debating this particular point, and they told me the whole Western press know exactly what was going to happen on me. But they said that their team was well planned. They were responsible. I want just to tell you, because I'm sorry the president and the leader of Benin is not here. They told me officially their plan, their mission was to kill the president of Benin, move to Congo Brazzaville, move to Angola to kill the president of Angola, move to Uganda, and then go to Guinea, Sekoture. This is a point which I wanted to bring to your attention. And therefore, with this particular, there is the movement. Therefore, they make news in their news media. Before you can be assassinated, they can focus from the world opinion that you are murderer, you are this, you are this, you are this. But they wanted to draw the attention of the world that you are very bad, while they have already planned everything.
He said, there have been movements where they make news in their news media. Before the West commit their brutal crime, they first tell the world you are a murderer, you are a bad person, you are a dictator, and give so many names. They shape world opinion against you while they have already planned everything. They will hide under this so that everyone in the world think you are very bad. These words now seem like a prophecy that keeps coming true across this continent. All well-meaning Africans and people around the world, these words from 1977 are coming true right now before our eyes. And if you stay with me until the end of this video, you will see exactly how this old trick is being used again to attack one of Africa's bravest leaders. Please hit that like button right now and subscribe to our channel, because what I'm about to show you might disappear from the internet soon. The powers that want to control Africa do not want this information to spread. My friends, they have started their playbook again. We have seen this story before, and it always ends with Africa losing its heroes. Look at what is happening right now with President Ibrahim Traoré of Burkina Faso. Oh, you aren't aware? Did you hear the big news yesterday? Burkina Faso has just made education completely free for its people. Yes, free. The same Burkina Faso is now mining its own gold. They are using their own money from their own ground to defend their own country. They told France to pack up and leave. For good. And now, look what's happening. Just like magic, what Idi Amin predicted. The name-calling has begun. Just like what his people are doing in France, Western media outlets and military officials have slowly building a case against him. They're using the same playbook they've used for decades. Western news and army big shots are also suddenly calling Ibrahim Traoré a dictator. One of them, General Michael Langley from the U.S. Africa Command, just said that Traoré's government is dangerous, using country wealth for his protection.
Of a country is receiving gratuities on the side that in order to the benefit of the strongman leader, and not to the populace of the country. Does that sort of corruption and bribery go on with regard to the Belt and Road?
Absolutely, Chairman. I see this, and I don't mind calling them out, but Captain Traore and Burkina Faso, as they know that both whether it's their gold reserves, that is all those proceeds are just in exchange to protect the junta regime.
Dangerous to who? We must ask this question. Dangerous to the people getting free education? Dangerous to the soldiers now paid with Burkina Faso's own gold money? Or dangerous to the big companies that can't steal Africa's gold anymore? My friends, this is not new. This is the same old story. They called Muammar Gaddafi a dictator. They said Thomas Sankara was a threat. They killed Patrice Lumumba. All these great African leaders had one thing in common. They wanted Africa to grow strong without begging from Europe and America. Let's be honest about Gaddafi's Libya. It wasn't perfect. No country is. But the United Nations Human Development Report in 2010 showed something the Western media never talked about. Libya had the highest human development index in all of Africa. Under Gaddafi, Libyans enjoyed free education from primary school through university. They had free health care. The government subsidized housing for families. Fuel was cheaper than water. Now look at Libya after Western liberation. Is it better? Are the people safer? Are they more prosperous? We all know the answer. They said Muammar Gaddafi was dangerous. Then NATO bombs fell on Libya. Foreign special forces hunted him down. He was brutally killed in the streets. And Libya, once the country with the highest living standards in Africa, collapsed into chaos, slavery, and terror. The truth is shocking but simple. What they fear is not bad leaders. What they fear is not dictators. What they fear is independence. They fear an Africa that mines its own gold instead of letting foreign companies take it abroad for processing. They fear an Africa that grows its own food instead of importing it. They fear an Africa that educates its children for free, creating a generation that can think critically about colonial history. They fear a leader like Ibrahim Traoré, who defends his people with African money, not foreign aid that comes with painful conditions. They fear a Burkina Faso that controls its own resources instead of signing unfair contracts with foreign companies that take 80% of the profits. They fear a Nigeria whose elections truly reflect the will of its young people, not rigged systems that keep Western-friendly puppets in power. They fear leaders who cannot be bought, bribed, or blackmailed. Wait, and now history is trying to repeat itself. Just last week, strange protests popped up in France. Some people who claim to be from Burkina Faso are protesting, saying Ibrahim Traoré must step down. But here's the strange part. Many of these people don't even live in Burkina Faso. People who enjoy French electricity, French water, and French comfort, suddenly concerned about democracy in a country thousands of miles away. How can you say a leader is bad for a country you don't even live in? This smells fishy, doesn't it? Could someone be paying them to do this? I'm not saying it's true, but we must ask these questions. Who is writing their scripts? Who stands to gain if Traoré falls? If you're finding this information eye-opening, please hit that like button right now. We need to get this message to more Africans before it's too late. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss our truth-telling videos. The playbook is clear. First, they call you a dictator. Then they fund protests against you. Then they create or support armed groups to destabilize your country. Finally, they either assassinate you or support a coup against you. We've seen this story too many times to be fooled again. For years, we've heard about terrorist groups like Boko Haram. But have you ever wondered why these groups seem to grow stronger despite billions of dollars spent fighting them? Their rise was not just from the ground up. Many were enabled and sometimes even created for geopolitical interests. The war on terror became a perfect tool to sell weapons, secure oil deals, and support weak governments that would do whatever Western powers demanded. This is not conspiracy talk. This is history repeating itself right before our eyes. To every young African watching this video, colonialism never truly left our continent. It only changed its appearance. It returned dressed as bad governance, impossible debt, fake democracy, resource theft, and the unalive of every leader who dared to stand tall. Then these same powers return with aid and loans, as if we are helpless children, as if we have no memory of what they've done. We are not children. We are not slaves. This continent belongs to Africans, and no Western general, no media outlet, no foreign puppet should choose our leaders for us. We want true freedom. We want dignity. We want the Africa that Thomas Sankara died fighting for. And we are not begging anymore. Just this week, General Michael Langley of AFRICOM went before the United States Senate and accused Burkina Faso's president, Captain Ibrahim Traoré, of misusing the country's gold reserves. He claimed Traoré is using this money for personal protection instead of helping his people. Such serious accusations, made during an official government hearing, have caused heated arguments across Africa and around the world. President Traoré, like others before him, represents a new type of African leadership: bold, independent, and proudly Pan-African. Yet when these leaders rise to power, they face criticism, economic punishment, and campaigns to destroy their reputation. Meanwhile, corrupt leaders who keep Africa weak and dependent are left alone or even supported with money and weapons. This isn't just about Burkina Faso. It's about the future of our whole continent. Africa must come together. We must protect and support the leaders who choose pride over begging and growth over being puppets. It is time we say no to stories made up by outsiders and stand together in building a self-reliant Africa. The world must respect our right to make our own path. The time of hidden colonialism must end. And now, something very serious has just happened. The government of Burkina Faso has caught people trying to remove President Ibrahim Traoré. They say his chief of staff and some foreigners were planning to unalive him and make the country unstable. The big official, whose name they haven't told us yet, was arrested after he said he took a bribe of 25 billion CFA francs. That's about 41 million US dollars. He also got guns sent through Côte d'Ivoire with help from France, they say. The army found out about this plan during their secret work. The man who confessed said foreign countries helped plan this attack. Some security people are saying France, the country that used to rule Burkina Faso long ago, sent weapons through President Alassane Ouattara's friends in Ivory Coast. So far, France and Ivory Coast haven't said anything about these claims. This is a very bad betrayal of our country, the security ministry said. The people of Burkina Faso stand strong with President Ibrahim Traoré, who most people support in our fight against danger and outside control. After this news, there is more security in the capital city, Ouagadougou, and nearby places. Checkpoints are on main roads and more soldiers are guarding important buildings. The government says they have caught 9 people so far, including some foreigners who were part of this plan. Since he became leader in 2022, President Ibrahim Traoré has changed how Burkina Faso deals with other countries. He moved away from Western powers, especially France, and made new friends with Russia and the military leaders in Mali and Niger. Together, they formed a group called the Alliance of Sahel States, AES. This new friendship group has caused problems in West Africa. Some countries still like working with America and Europe, while others, with military leaders, want to make their own choices with less outside control. Security experts think that Traoré's new direction and strong talk against colonialism may have made some foreign groups angry. Groups that want to keep control of Burkina Faso's valuable minerals. But we can't say for sure if foreign money or help was really given to the people who tried to remove Traoré. Burkina Faso has been facing a lot of danger. with big parts of the country controlled by bad groups linked to Al-Qaeda and the Islamic State. The country has had many government changes, with the most recent one in 2022. These show how shaky the country's politics are and how people are getting tired of governments doing nothing about problems. Traore's team has been fighting hard against these bad groups and getting citizens to help too. Many people like what he's doing, but some say there's not enough checking to make sure everything is fair. My friends, do you see the pattern now? When an African leader stands up for his people, they call him a dictator. When he uses African resources for African people, they say he's dangerous. When he refuses to bow to outside powers, suddenly there are concerns about democracy. The parallels to what Idi Amin warned about in 1977 are chilling. First come the accusations in Western media. Then come the protests, often in strange places like European capitals rather than in the country itself. Then come the coup attempts or unalive plots, and if all else fails, direct military intervention under the banner of protecting democracy or humanitarian intervention. We've seen this playbook used against Kwame Nkrumah in Ghana, Patrice Lumumba in Congo, Thomas Sankara right here in Burkina Faso, and Muammar Gaddafi in Libya. Each time, a leader who challenged Western economic interests was removed, and their country fell into chaos or returned to colonial-style exploitation. Will Ibrahim Traoré be next? Or will the people of Burkina Faso and Africa stand firm this time? The real question for all Africans is this: who should decide Africa's future? Should it be generals in Washington? Should it be intelligence agencies in Paris? Should it be mining executives in London? Or should it be the African people themselves? Africa must wake up now. We are seeing history repeat itself, and if we stay silent, we will lose another champion of African independence. Ibrahim Traoré may not be perfect, no leader is, but he represents something powerful, an Africa that stands on its own feet. The old saying tells us that those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it. As Africans, we have remembered, we see the pattern, we recognize the playbook, and this time, perhaps history will not repeat itself. The future of Burkina Faso, and indeed all of Africa, hangs in the balance. Will we allow another independent African leader to fall? Or will we finally break the cycle that has kept our continent dependent and divided for too long? The choice is ours, and the world is watching. The next few months will be critical for Burkina Faso and for all of Africa. Western powers and their media will increase their attacks on Traoré. They will find or create human rights concerns. They will speak of the need for intervention. They will try to turn African opinion against him. Don't fall for it. Remember the playbook. Remember Idi Amin's warning. Remember Libya. Remember that true freedom never comes from those who colonized you. Before I end this video, I want you to do 3 important things. First, share this video with every African you know. Knowledge is power, and we must spread the truth before mainstream media drowns it out. Second, follow news from Burkina Faso directly, not just through Western sources that have their own agenda. Third, speak out whenever you see this colonial playbook being used against any African leader who dares to stand for independence. The mainstream media won't tell these, but we will, if you've stayed with me until the end of this important message. Thank you from the bottom of our heart. You are the hope for a truly free Africa. Please like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our updates on Africa's fight for true independence. Until next time, this is Haunted Mysteries, speaking truth to power and standing with the people of Africa.